everybody. I hope you're all doing well. Everybody, I hope you're all doing well. And my microphone is giving me jib. Let's try that. How's that? Still not good. Right, okay. I will swap that to another microphone there. Hopefully that should be better. Is it better? I'm hoping it's better. Because I'm hoping it's better. Ah, there we go. Yes, much better. Ah, there we go. Yes, much better. I've opened an extra screen so that I can see kind of what I'm doing, and I can also see the chat. But I had it playing so I could hear myself. We'll just turn that one off because that one's null and void. How are we all? It's been an absolute hot minute since I have been here, and I'm hoping that my camera is still working. Ha 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 ha. Let's say hello to people because I like saying hello to people before we get into these boudoirs that are here. So hello Emma, welcome on in my lovely. Hello Michelle. Hello Anna. I think I got that right actually. Let me know if I got that right. Hi Melissa. Hey Patchy, thank you for popping in. Hi Laurie. And I think that is everyone just now. Yes, my desk is a little bit dark, and I'm hoping that this... Oh no. My lights are being a bit mucky at the minute. I'm hoping that's not going to be giving me too much of an issue. And my face cam stopped working. Quelle surprise. Good evening, Mr. Ben. It is lovely to always see you, my sir. So I've just got rid of the face cam because, yeah, I think she just randomly stopped working. So we'll get rid of her. She doesn't need to be on. And hopefully the light's not flickering too much. And you can see everything that I have in front of me. I'm hoping. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I'm really sorry about you not being able to see my face. I will try to add Marit at another time. Is it Marit or Marit? I don't want to butcher names. And Pam, hello Pam, welcome on in my lovely. I hope you're doing well. It's lovely to see everybody here. As you can see, I bought things on payday. Oh my god, it's Dalis! Hola, ¿cómo estás, Dalis? ¿Cómo estás? Yeah, I bought things when I got paid. So we have all of these things here, and I'm going to give you a sneak peek of something that I'm making at the moment. I'm going to show you how to use one of the things to make something else because I love what is in this packet when we get to it. So yes, I'm talking to my face camera and I'm pointing and I'm waggling fingers and you can't see me. Oh well, never mind. Right, where shall we start? Where would we like to start? I would like to know where you guys would like to start because, yeah, I'm feeling a little bit... Yeah. Hi, Barbara. Welcome on in, my lovely. I hope you're doing well. It's lovely to have you. I just don't know which bag to start. You know what? Oh, which one? Right, we're gonna start with the brown box. Okay. An executive decision by Pam there. Start off with brown box. The one you're not using tonight. I will probably be using a bit of it tonight. So, we've got the lovely new William Morris inks from Lisa Horton. So, with all of this stuff, this is stuff that I've paid for myself. The only reason why it's been opened is sometimes, because obviously I'm on the design team, sometimes they put a little bit extra in for design team work, and I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't stuff like that in there, because obviously it's things that I can't show. So yeah, let's go through these lovely inks. So we've got Wild Tulip, Sanborn Lily, Standard Lilac, Marigold Bloom, Willow Forest, Jasmine Sage, Cottage powder. Oh, that's a nice blue. I like the look of that. Pimpernel Rose. Now this, I was just like, it is the Scarlet Pimpernel. Red House Brick and Bexley Stone. These are really nice tones of colours, and they aren't anything like the other ones. And I think this just looks like, you know what, let's open them up and have a look. We're going to open them up and have a look at the pads. Let's have a look at the pads, because I would like to see the pads. Especially this one, because I think it's just going to look like vanilla. Let's have a look. Oh gosh, they are really sealed. Oh my golly gosh. That is really, really sealed. Don't think it's meant to be that difficult to get into. Not even a pokey tool could help me. Someone send assistance. Oh my gosh, why is this being so... It's being so mean to me. I think I've got in... There we go. Yeah, that does look just like vanilla. I like that. I love that for that ink. That is gorgeous. But I do think those lids are a bit tight. Hopefully the other ones won't be quite so ambitiously sealed. I am so awful at this, aren't I? I really do just need to kind of go in and rip it out. There we go, rip it open. They really are sealed. My goodness. That is the Wild Tulip. I don't understand why they're so tightly sealed. Would you like me to actually go through all of these, or should I? Oi! Nobody asked for your 2p worth. So that one, Pam, was Wild Tulip. But these, there we go. That one seems to wanted to have reopened a little bit easier. They're really tightly fitted, which I think in a way is good, but also it's a bit bad for me and mine. Oh, well, there we go. That one came right off. That's Standard Lilac. I really like that. I don't even normally like purple. I'm usually a disliker of purple. So Marigold Bloom is our next orange. Oh, that looks more like yellow than orange. Oh, I do like that though. That's a very nice colour. It's a very, very nice colour. Now I have to find homes for these. Hashtag purple dislikers unite. Yes, I do normally dislike purple, but I think in this case it's actually a liker. No, there is nothing wrong with purple, Melissa. But what is wrong is me trying to break into these ink pads, because apparently it just doesn't, they don't... I'll try speaking English in a minute. They just don't want to seem to open. I'm having a day, and I'm having a day. Ooh, Willow Forest, that is a really nice green. That is a lovely green. I hope eventually she'll be bringing out re-inkers for her ink pads again. Not going into any of that in just a second anyway. Gaz, you've carried over Lisa. Yeah, I've carried over a couple of them. Oh my God, Angela for Crafts, welcome on in, my lovely. I am keeping well, and I hope you're doing well. You've not missed a lot. I just started opening up some ink pads. So we've got Cottage Powder, which is a very nice blue. Oh, it's so lovely to see you, Angela. But I'm just immensely grateful that all of you are here. I say this every time because work gets in the way so much, especially of late, and I can't pull myself together to do lives very often because at the moment I seem to be going from one bit of an illness to another. So when I do try to get a live in, I like to make sure I get a live in. Oh, Pimpernel Rose, that is a really nice pink. I like that pink for us. That is a lovely pink. So yes, getting a live in is always good. I know I keep saying that I'm going to do more, because I always say that I'm going to do more, but sometimes life just gets right in the way, and that full-time job is more of a hindrance, but it pays for all the goodies. Jasmine Sage, that is a nice, really nice light sage. So actually, I want to share with you guys that I've gone for an interview for a different role at work, which again would stabilise my working hours. And this is what because I did mention it to I mentioned it to Hannah Stone that works with Lisa, and I said, yeah, it's going to be better hours. I'm going to have more time to do things crafty, and it's going to be more money for Lisa. I thought it was funny. Here we go. Oh gosh, I opened it up and then shut it straight away. Why did? Thank you very much. I have the interview for it very shortly. Hello, Deborah. Welcome on in. I hope you're doing well, darling. So that is Red House Brick. I really like that. And she doesn't actually have a lot of red inks. Thank you very much, guys. I've got my fingers crossed. My interview is actually on next Thursday. So send well wishes, vibes, whatever on the 14th. If anybody's into voodoo, I'll try and get some stuff, and we can make some voodoo dolls. And that's Bexley Stone. They're really really nice colours. I will be blending with those shortly. But next, I'm actually going to go into this bag. I'm going to save the biggest bag for last. So I bought a few little things because I had to. Hello, Linda. Welcome on in. Hello, Babs. I hope you are doing. Yes. Thank you very much for the well wishes. I'm happy you're playing with those. I haven't seen them myself. Oh, the lovely new inks. They will be played with this evening. So I picked up these stamps and dies, which are some lovely sentiments, because I'm actually a little bit short on sentiments. So I always try to pick some up when I see them. And photopolymer stamps. I love smelling photopolymer stamps. So we'll be having a nice little look and sniff of those shortly. And I also picked up from the Studio collection, which is the Floral Wishes, the embossing folder, because I've got all of the dies and I've got the stamps, so I really wanted to get my hands on the embossing folder. So that will be a nice one to use. I'll just pop that down here. And then, right, so I don't know if you know, but with the first lots of ink pads that Lisa brought out, she brought out re-inkers. Now, I've bought all of them. This is the second time I bought these. I haven't used the first lot, but I made a little discovery. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to buy all of the re-inkers for the matte blending ink pads again, because I made this discovery. So I was sat playing about the other night, and I was thinking, oh, I'm working on this little project that I'm going to be putting up as a sample on Monday. And I thought, how do I want to decorate this paper? And I chose these two colours. So these are Rhubarb Jam and Antique Pink. I've used the re-inkers, and I also used them for tone-on-tone stamping, which I will show you in a minute. But you know what I'm like. I sit here and I think, well, actually, what can I do with this? What can I do with this? What can I do that's going to make it different? And I found out my little mini spritzer pens, and I mixed these re-inkers with some water in these little spritzy pens and discovered that I can make things like this, which I think is amazing. And now I want them in all the colours. So I've put in an order to get some more spritzy pens, and I will be making up spritzies for all of them. And the great thing is with these as well is if you have the re-inkers for the interference ink pads, you can make those up for those as well and have sparkly spritzies. And yeah, I've used them making this, and I want to show you actually how far I've gone using them. So hold on. Oh gosh, I didn't realise that I was a little bit wonky. So hold on to your britches, because I have been making this, which is I can't zoom unfortunately. Actually, I'll just bring it up. How's about that? So I have been making this, so you can see the tone on tone stamping I've done there as well. But I actually decorated the paper with the spritzy inks that I've made to go on it as well. Now, hopefully you guys are ready for this, because this is what I'm making. It's a nice little memory album. And this is one of the pages that I've already done. So the whole thing has been decorated with the spritzy sprays that I made and a little bit of ink blending. So the pages, I actually used 250 GSM card, and I made them into 5.5 by 5.5 envelopes, and then just cut the side off and stuck them to the actual spine. And they've come out. I think they've come out really well, and I've matted them because obviously I'm going to be layering them as well. And I've done that all the way throughout, from front to back, and I even stamped it so that it all lines. I know it's a little bit unsightly with the down the middle there, but the whole thing lines up, and I did it from 2 sheets of A4 paper. So yes, and even on here, the first little thing I've done there is I've made a little pulley outy thing, and I will be decorating it further with these lovely dies that Lisa's just released, which is the mini composition set 2 rectangle dies, and this has all been decorated with those. So this will be going up on Lisa's Facebook group on Monday. I'm going to be putting in a bit of overtime to make it to get it ready, and it should hopefully be really, really nice. But the first thing is first. I am 2 of these short for my book, so I'm going to make some now with you and show you how the spritzers work. So I've got 2 little squares of A5 white cardstock that I'm going to cut down to 5.25 by 5, because I make the pages a bit differently. So I believe it's 5.25 by 5. I really ought to have written it down, but I'm very sure it is 5.25 by 5. I do apologise for my voice as well. I'm a little bit poorly at the moment. I'll just double check the sizing against that. I was correct, so it is 5.25 by 5. So 5.25 by 5. And then I'm just going to bring those spritzers in that I've made. And I just think it's fantastic that you can do that with these. And it just opens up an entire brand new avenue of using your crafty stash. And at the moment, if you're in the UK, you can pick up these re-inkers really, really cheaply. Oh, thank you very much for the comments. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, it is a little bit of a labour of love, Pam. And thank you. I've lost it. Just thank you all. I'm losing what's left of the plot. So let's get the spritzy sprays. I can't remember where I put them. Did I put them here? I put them safe. I did definitely put them safe. Where have I put them? They're so safe. I don't know where I put them with the folder. I am such a nitwit. Right, so I'm just going to give them a little shaky to achy, And I'm going to do that there so you can see it. So I'm going to start with the lighter pink first, which is the antique pink. And then I'm going to spritz over it with a bit of the rhubarb jam. And you can see there, this one's a little bit weaker than the rhubarb jam because I got a little bit happy with refilling it earlier on with water. But I'm just putting this down there for a little bit of background, so it doesn't matter if a little bit of it smushes off. It's all good. Wait till you see the rhubarb jam go down. This book is genius, and so thank you so much, Laurie. I appreciate that. Now look at the colour on that. It is just so boom. And I'll bring it up so that you can see it as well, because that is, and that's just a few drops that I think I put I shook them up and I put in 6 or 7 drops of re-inker. So, you know what, actually, I'm not going to dry those now. I'm going to put them to the side to dry naturally. Oh, thank you so much, Patchy. I'm going to put those to... Jana! Hello, my lovely. How are you doing? It is so great to see you. Oh, my golly gosh. I can't believe you're here. So, right. Now we've got to figure out what we're going to play with next. Because we've got things. I'm going to leave those pages to dry naturally. And you know what? I think I would like to make a nice card with this lovely embossing folder. And I might give you a sneak peek of something that I probably should not be sneak peeking, but I'm going to. No, it's not that. You are rude, Mr. McInnes. Rude, I tell you. Right, so I am. You know what? I can't figure out which way. So that pushes in? Question mark. I can't figure out which side's the top. So that pushes in, so that's going to be the top. Ooh. Right, okay. So, I've just had an idea. So, this embossing folder, Emma, is from the Inner Studio collection and it's Floral Wishes. And I'm just going to go right in with that wild tulip, I think. I'm going to put that in there. And I'm going to pop that through my electronic die cutting machine. And I'm hoping that this sandwich is the right sandwich to use, because sometimes I mix it up and get it wrong. Oh, thank you so much, Patchy. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Janine! Oh my gosh, welcome on in. How are you doing? I haven't seen you in forever. That is what I was hoping to have gotten, but it seems as though it didn't transfer all the ink. So let's pop that back in there. We'll reline that back up. I'm thinking we'll use the other sandwich to do it. I don't think there was just enough pressure on it, so... Cheryl, hello, welcome on in. How are you doing? It's so great to have you here. Oh my gosh, it's like so many people. There we go. That went in a bit better that time, but that didn't. That's fine. We make mistakes on this channel, and it's a good thing I've got enough cardstock to last 3 people 4 lifetimes. So it doesn't matter. It's just card. It's just card. Oh, I wish you guys could see how much I'm smiling right now, because I am. I'm just so pleased. Right, so we're going to try that again, and actually, because that's the background, I want to do that. I want to go with a bit different of a darker colour, because yeah, I'm going to try the red house brick on this one. Now that is a red. That is definitely a red. I really like that. I think that's my new favourite red. Right, there we go. And we'll just run that through. So I'm just using a magnetic magic mat and a normal magic mat. That's how things work here. I mix things and make them work. Oh, I'm so glad you can hear the smile in what's left of my voice. My voice is a little bit here and not at the moment. But wow. Look how well that's gone in there. And you know what I'm going to do, don't you? I'm going to paint. I'll be painting this now. So I'm just going to quickly clean that up, because we don't want ink all over it. And I'm going to use the new inks to paint it with. So again, this is kind of like really a little bit of an ink school, maybe, perhaps, if you squint at it the right way. A little bit of a masterclass with your ink pads. Because I'm just going to go in with a paintbrush. Oh, my paintbrush was not wet enough. I'm just going to pick that up and paint. And the great thing, because I've used such a dark colour on the background, is if I get the lighter colour on top of it, it doesn't affect it, and it still looks really nice and professional. There is a method to my madness. So I'm going to put a bit more of that down, because I didn't put down enough. Don't know why, my brush seems to be drying out really quickly. Now, I'm not using watercolour cardstock on this, which is what I should have used, really, but I'm a silly nana red. And we know what I'm like sometimes. Oh my god, I will watch the replay. Did you have to go, Delise? If you do, it's not a problem, lovely. I just really appreciate that you came along. There's actually quite a lot of green in this one, isn't there? I didn't think of that. There is quite a lot of green. It'll be the first time I put down ink and I actually use it all for the intended purpose. I'm sorry if I go into a little bit of a painting coma. Sometimes I do that. Just give me a prod and I'll pull myself out of it if I get too far in. So there we go. I just want to get all the green bits done first because they're not the exciting part, are they? The most exciting part is the florals, which we're going to paint as well. I want those flowers to really pop. So, just got a few more little foliage to do. No problem, we could just chat amongst ourselves and enjoy the visual. Oh, thank you so much. I do appreciate that. Yeah, you guys just give me a shout when you finish with your conversations and you want me to pay attention. Oh, I am naughty. And there we go. That's just with the I think that's the one. Yeah, it is. Little green in there. See, look, I completely missed one there because I was too busy gassing. And a little bit of green on that one as well. I could just sit and do this all night and just not pay attention to anything. I am so naughty. I'm going to take a wild guess that is actually a leaf, so I'm going to paint that as a leaf. I'm going to take a wild guess that that's also a leaf and paint that as a leaf. There we are. I've still got a few leaves to do up here because I'm not paying entire attention. Oh. But then when is it me live and I'm paying attention? Because I can't remember the last time I did a live and I paid attention. Usually I'm just being a naughty mess of a person, which I really enjoy being sometimes. See, look, I even forgot the little bits around the bottom just there. We get those done. And I think that is now everything green. Right, so this is where we're at with the green and the red. I think it looks really, really nice. We'll get rid of that. And now what colours should we be painting our flowers? I'm thinking if I go in with the wild tulip and the marigold bloom. So how are things across the pond? Well, things across the pond are a bit scary at the moment. So we have Timu Trump currently trying to take over the country. But I won't go too much into that because we don't need that. We're here for crafting. What else have we got going on? We've got... I don't know if you were... Yeah, I think you were here when I said earlier on about my job interview. So I've got that coming up. And I'm just going to use that marigold to bring out some of the red. So I am gonna paint over it and help it blend in. Or at least I'm hoping it's going to blend in. If I'd actually thought about it and used watercolour cardstock, this would be going much nicer. I was really hoping to make a trip over this year, but with my daughter's wedding in May 2027. Oh, yes. Well, if you've got to wait, Pam, you've got to wait. Some things are more important. There we go. I'm going to go in with that marigold. I'm just Gonna paint around there. And on the big flower in the centre, I'm going to go around the outer edge with a bit of the wild tulip. And I'm hoping that's going to give it the nice effect that I was looking for. So it's like going to see Gaz as an actual option. I wish coming to see me was an actual option. I wish everybody could come and see me, because then I would have friends. Not joking, I have friends. But I wish everybody could come and see me. I wish I could do it like maybe a workshop or something, but I don't think I would get too many takers on that. I'm not a big popular craft personality. But if I was, I would definitely be doing workshops, because I think workshops are fun. So once the wedding is done, I plan on storming the castle, or maybe I should say island. Well, we do have a castle in the middle of the island, which is actually up the road from where I live, which is Carisbrooke Castle. And I believe that was where the first King Charles was held, when the country went a little bit fruity. Oh yeah, cards. I was thinking pub crawl. No pub crawls. I'm too old for all that now. I'm far too old for pub crawls. I forgot a little bit of green for the central bit of the big flower. So I'm just going to go over that with a little bit of the sage green. There we are. Hopefully you guys can see how this is kind of shaping up. I don't think that sage green is going to be dark enough. So I'm going to use a little bit of the willow forest instead. I know you don't normally have a green centre to a flower, but I kind of think it would look really nice. I don't. Did you? Sorry, I don't know. Were you responding to me saying that I'm not a big craft personality, Emma? I want that to be really dark. I can get it as dark as I possibly can. Oh my gosh. I can't believe how many people I've got watching. Wow. I've got 14 people with me. Thank you all so much for being here. You all mean so much. And then I'm just going to go in and blend in a little bit of the yellow to brighten it out. Where did I put the marigold bloom? I need some more marigold bloom. I just want to lighten up the edge of the flowers that I've painted with the orange there, because it really makes them pop. And the smaller ones, I'm just going to paint the marigold bloom. And the ones that are a bit bigger, I'm going to share. Oh yes, please don't forget to like and share, and do all of the YouTube things, because if you do all of the YouTube things, I get out there to more people, and the more people, the more fun, and more likely that maybe on Sunday night I might do a drunk live. I've been thinking about doing one for a while, so what do you guys think? If I go live at around about this time, for me, I'll do a little bit of a drunk live, because I've got some nice things to be drinking at the moment, and they're just sat there. I really love how these kind of blend I'm loving how those colours are blending. Right, let's go with the orange. Give it a quick. Don't talk to Delise about that. Delise will want to join me if I do that. I know how to summon Delise. All I need is a wine glass, a bottle of wine, clink them together and go, caw. And out of nowhere, Delise will appear. Go, and that's a flower petal. Let's use a little bit of I can't wait to try mine. I will do once I've gone through my bits. Yeah, get through everything. Have a good look. Because I've got so much crafting stuff. I'm very guilty for probably having more things than I'll probably ever use in my life. But I do find that I use my inks a lot. And I love turning to my inks for things. So I'm just going to put down a bit more of that marigold. Well, sorry, it's not marigold. It's wild tulip. And I'm just going to... I don't want it to look perfect yet because there is something that I'm going to do which will make it look perfect when I'm... Or at least I think it will. When I'm done. Because what I'm going to have to do... is... Oh, you'll see. Oh, I'm not rushing. I'm just... I'm just doing a light kind of... You'll see when I do the bit that I'm going to do next. How it will come together. So I'm just going to wipe that bit up. Come back in with the marigold bloom. And where I've missed with the tulip, I'm just going to head in with the marigold bloom. I think I should have chosen a slightly lighter coloured background for this, but we're going to make it pop anyway, because what I'm going to do is heinous, and it's going to be fun. Right, so and you can see, so I'm using the Bexley stone to do this, and all I'm doing is very, very lightly picking up some of the details on the folder, so you can see that. Hi Caroline, welcome on in. It's so lovely to see you. How are you doing, my friend? And I'm going to give it a little light spritz as well. And I think that doesn't look too shabby. But I think I might have gone a little bit. I've gone a little bit heavy on the flowers there. It would have been nicer if I'd picked out that only on the grid. Like I was aiming for that on everything, and I think I didn't quite get that. But that's what I was aiming for. Again, I make mistakes. I am just a normal crafter. Let's level that up a bit. There we are. I'm glad you are good, Caroline. Thank you for popping in. You know what? I've had a better idea. I'm just going to go a bit crazy. So, I'm making a new background, I have decided. So I'm just going to get this spritzy to... Oh, welcome back, Angela. I cherry-picked what I wanted from the craft haul and have some for the remain... Oh, very good. I'm so glad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to now... So this is where things will all work together. And you can do different things to get different reactions and all that kind of thing. So I've used my homemade spritzer to do the pink, and I've gone over it with the wild tulip. This is a better option, I think. I should have done this from the start. So I want the back side of the embossing folder, because let's see which way that went, because I want to put the ink on that side. Right, so I'm going to put black ink on this side, and we're going to do a bit of a Joseph's coat technique. Now, I didn't necessarily have to use the black for that. I should really have used the Bexley stone, but I just wanted to make sure that it's actually going to work first. Oh no. That's what happens when you don't turn your die cutting machine around in time. Right. That is what I wanted. So we have got that. That is what I was looking for. So we've got the deboss flowers there. Oh, let me quickly clean this up because I don't want that, because that ink is pretty potent stuff. I don't want it to stay on there forever. And then no, that's fine. I'm very happy with the way that's turned out. I'm just going to trim it up. And then I'm going to put it... Aaron! On a card with... Now, I'm going to do a little bit more painting actually. I'll use that paintbrush this time. With the yellow. I want to bring in some of that yellow and just pick out little bits with the yellow. Let's get that nicely warmed up. And then you can see on these buds where I'm bringing in the yellow, it's contrasting really, really well, and I'm just going to do a little bit up there and bring that in. And the Bexley yellow goes so well with the colours that I've chosen. It's Marigold Bloom, not Bexley yellow. What is wrong with me today? I can't speak English, it would seem. What are the mats you're using? So, Angela, when I'm using my 3D embossing folder, I'm with my Anna Griffin machine, because that's the machine I'm cutting with at the moment. I'm using one magnetic mat from, actually I'm using two magnetic mats from scrapbook.com. I was using, yeah, those are the ones, those two mats with my 3D embossing folders go through perfectly. When I die cut with my Empress, this is not a real sandwich that they tell you can use, but I have found it works for me. So I use one normal magic mat, and then I use my two magnetic magic mats, and that makes a perfect sandwich for die cutting going through the Empress machine. There's been a few occasions where I've needed to use the metal shim, but it's very few and far between. It's a really good solid sandwich if you don't have Anna Griffin plates, which I do, but you know, I don't want to ruin the brand new plates. Let's get a bit more water in there. I'm just going to give those petals some nice little highlights, and I think it really does actually bring it together quite nicely. Let's pick up some more of that yellow. So I'm using the Marigold Bloom for this. You can kind of see just how well it really does pull out the colours. It really pulls the colours together, is what I was meant to say. I'm so sorry. And it really does help with that shit. That shading is just phenomenal. Let's just go for a little bit on those. The yellow just brings back that black really nicely. You are very welcome. I am happy to have been of help. I'm just going to go over some of these buds with hopefully a fair bit of that magnolia bloom, just to bring them out, and you can see just kind of how well it's brought all of those together. So if I just do a little bit just there, you can see it just warms it up and brings it all together. I think it looks really nice personally. So we have this to go on our card front. So our card is going to be, for some people, unnecessarily large, and it's going to be a 5x7 card. I'm just going to clean up that bit of mess I've made. But you can see there where I've brought in that homemade spritzer I made. I used my homemade spritzer with the new inks and the black ink, and it's given me this gorgeous kind of like lino print, I'd like to say it looks like. I am just going to quickly grab a card because I forgot to pick one up when I was setting up. So I'm hoping I should have a nice 5x7 card blank. You know what, actually, I'm going to cut it down. So I'm actually going to do it as a 6x6. I change my mind all the time. But then you guys know that. You know what I'm like. Maybe I'll do it as 6x5. Let's have a look. Yeah, we're going to do that. Let's get that down. So it's going to be 6x5 and I'm going to say 5.5. Because I want to put a black matte layer on it as well. Because I'm obsessed with black matte layers at the moment. So we're just going to have that card blank. And I'm hoping that this is black cardstock that I have. It is. So I'm just getting myself a little sheet of A5 black cardstock. And I'm going to cut that down to 5 3/4 by 5 1/4. So 5 3/4 by 5 1/4. I'm going to move that off to the side. Get myself some glue, because we all love a bit of glue. Oh, I'm so sorry. I forget that I should be having myself over the camera, not over the... Let's see if I can make my desk a little bit brighter, but not too much. That's brilliant. So I just need to bring that down to 5.5. So it's a bit mean that I'm going to have to get rid of some of this, but I'm going to start. So I'd like that central flower to remain central. And it's going to involve a little bit of flipping for... So what I'm doing is I'm just taking 1/4 inch off of each end, and then I'm going to take 1/2 inch off of each end when I get it to 5.5. And that should leave you with something that looks a little bit like so. I made that card blank a little bit too big. You know what, actually I can fix that. I'll take off another. So I'm going to take off 1/4 inch at each end again and get it to 5 1/4. And it should sit centrally on the card then. Yeah. It leaves a bit of a bigger... You know what, actually, what I could do... is I'll put another white matte layer behind it. So where are we? We've got 4 3/4 by 5 1/4. So we want 5 by 5.5. 5 by 5.5. There we go. And that makes all of our matte layers. Regina, welcome on in, my lovely. I hope you are doing well, sweet. It's lovely to see you. So that will level up our... level out, I should say, our mats and layers. And it should look lovely when we stick it down. So I'm just using a bit of construction glue. You can use any glue you like. I just like how construction glue works. So there we go, and the next thing we're going to do is sentiment. Now, this is me being naughty, so don't tell anyone I showed you. I'm being very naughty, so you never saw these. You never saw them. You never saw them. You definitely did not see either of them. So there we go. So I'm going to do some heat embossing. So I've just prepared my surface. And let's see what sentiment we'd like to put on there. Let's go with... Exactly, you didn't see anything. Nothing at all. Let's just, you know what, I've actually not tidied up at all. This is not like me. It is not like me at all. Usually my desk is nice and tidy between everything I do. I've got to clean things up a smidgy bit because I've made a big old mess. And I can't find what I need. Right, so we've got that just there. I need a sheet of paper to go behind it. Frizzle frazzle. Put that behind it. Sheet of paper to go behind it. I'm just going to actually re-prepare that because I've been a silly Billy. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh, for goodness sake. Oh, my computer went a bit crazy. Right, so I think that one's going to be most appropriate. So I am just going to get out my Ultimate. So this is the original Ultimate. So I've put a tacking mat inside of. And this is an awesome stamping platform. If you can't get your hands on a stamping wheel, an Ultimate stamping wheel, I would highly recommend this. So I'm just going to come in with a bit of clear embossing ink. I'm going to put that to the side just for now because I need to get this done. So where is it? I'm going to use the Lisa Horton Wow Embossing Powder, Stunning White. And look at that. Isn't that gorge? So what I like to do is start myself off on a lower heat setting because my heat gun has 2 heat settings. I'm very lucky. So once it starts turning, I then set it to the higher heat setting. And you can see how well that's come out. I think it's gorgeous. My desk is an absolute disaster at the moment. I need to learn not to pull everything out in my travel bags at once. It would be much easier. Yeah, it would be. it would be so much easier to sort through things at an easier pace. I'm hoping this is the correct die. Nope. I'm going to play guess the die now, because I'm not great at figuring out outlines of things. Hey, second time's the charm. So for this, I'm just going to put that on there. And because the magnet mat on this is so strong, I don't need to worry about putting tape on it. Pop that back over there. And now we have our sentiment. And I'm just going to raise that up on a few little foam pads, because I can. And this is going to take some ingenuity, because this is a really, really thin. It is a really, really thin design. So I'm going to. If you know me, you know I love my foam pads. And these are actually really thin ones. Sorry, what are the mats? I missed it. So I did a black and then a white matten layer. And I trimmed my embossing folder down to make it fit. Not the embossing folder itself, but the embossing that I did with the folder, if that makes sense. It might make sense, it might not make sense. I don't profess to make a lot of sense. But I know I have to cut these foam pads really, 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 really super duper thin. Come on, you naughty little pumpkin. The good thing is we can't see them from behind. Oh, the mats the mats I used in my die cutting machine are magic mats from scrapbook.com. I bought them, so they do come from America. They're actually quite reasonably priced. So I originally had 2 sets of the normal magic mats. So if these warp, you can take your heat gun to them, and it just sets them straight back out, so that they're completely straight again. I need to do that for this one because it's a little bit wobbly. But yes, I only cut into the one, and that is the sandwich that I use. I use 1 normal magic mat and 2 magnetics. There we go. And there we have it. I don't know if this is actually doing it any justice. I need to kind of try and get some more light on, because it's throwing a bit of shadowing here. But I'm hoping that maybe you can see it there in a better light. It's a bit bright, isn't it? I can't seem to get a happy medium. So it is a little bit, I think it's a lovely card. And the colours have come together quite well. So I think that's going to be it for this evening, because I do have to go to work tomorrow. I'm going to thank you all for popping along. Everybody who's come in, I appreciate you all so much. There will probably be another live on Sunday night or Monday night. I'm going to set something up now, and we're going to do something. Actually, I don't know. I think maybe we can carry on with that lovely little album that I showed you guys. And yeah, we will use the composition dies to add some extra bits into this lovely memory album, and we'll make some pages for that. So I will see you on Saturday, or on Sunday or Monday, because they're my next 2 days off, and we will have loads more fun with this. And you can see here the two that I actually sprayed earlier on have dried quite nicely on their own, and the colours are just so amazing with those homemade spritzies. So I will see you on Sunday or Monday evening. You all have a wonderful day, evening, wherever you are in the world, and I will catch you on the next one. Please don't forget to do all the super duper fun like, shares, comments, everything that helps the YouTube algorithm help people find me. The more people that find me, the more fun that we have. Thank you all, guys. I will see you on the next one. I love you all so very much. Bye bye.